so no ball, six run-throughs. Just trying to find that same intent that we had yesterday. So trying to get to the crease really aggressively. How you or what cues you use is then up to you, depending on what you want to feel or how you feel when you get it right. Sounds good? Nice. And so each ball, just reflecting a bit on, am I happy with how that felt? Was it the right speed? Did I feel like I get the angle right?
That one felt good.
Perfect. And it's all coming back to, do I think I could release the ball at speed from that run-up? And really important point as well, that crease is there as a guide based on what we did on the field yesterday. You don't have to be behind that. We can adjust that as we need to, right? So if it ends up being 2 meters longer, if it ends up being a meter shorter, we'll adjust that to what feels really good for you by the end of the 4 overs, and then we'll just keep going through that process over the preseason a little bit. How did that one feel? Happy? Perfect.
Do I not worry about like starting my angle?
Your angle, I think you can still think about it a little bit. If you feel like you're ducking in a lot at the end especially, I would just start to think about, okay, where can I start so I don't feel like I need to duck in? Do I need to start a little bit wider? Do I want to actually just run in close to the stumps and stay straighter? So either of those are pretty doable. So you can either come wider and make the angle more gradual if you want that angle, or you can come tighter and just say, I'm going to stay tighter to my release point the whole way. Just completely probably depends on what you're trying to bowl as well. If you're trying to bowl hooping outies on a given day, because it's swinging a lot, you might go wider and give yourself the angle. If you're actually, it's not swinging much and you're just trying to hit the seam up and down, you might actually start tighter just to make it easier to get the ball in line with the batter. I think from memory we spoke a little bit about it at the back end of last year, that actually staying tight of the stumps throughout your whole run-up tended to work better for you than actually trying to increase the angle. It sort of felt like when we increased the angle, you'd just run straight and then actually duck in more sometimes. So that's just something we sort of talked about briefly really at the end of last season. So I definitely think worth still trialing a bit of both just to see what happens. But
it already feels a bit better.
When you come tighter? Nice. Nice, mate. Have you thought about any sort of cues or self-talk that you're using at the top of your run?
Just run.
Run?
Yeah.
Cool. Keep it simple, mate.
I just keep like telling me that before.
Yeah, I think the idea is to have something, regardless of scenario or whatever's happening in the game, regardless of how you feel on a given day, that you can actually come back to at the top of your run to set yourself up for success. Does that make sense? So I know you say, oh, just run, but to you that will mean something different. Like it's not just a word, it's actually, well, I'm using the word run, but there's these feelings that are underpinning it, and you don't have to describe that to me, but that's the idea, is that there's something you use just to really summarize what you want to do over the next 20 meters.
I mean, in-game it'll probably be a bit more aggressive.
Possibly, and it may change a little bit from day to day, right? So if you're feeling, a bit lethargic, a little bit flat, it might be something a little bit more aggressive just to get you going a bit more. If there's a day where you're super nervous, it might be a big game or at a level you haven't played before. It might be, say, debuting in grade cricket. You'll probably stand at the top of your mark and you're really nervous, and you might need something just to calm yourself down a bit. So you can adjust it, but as long as you've got something that when I bowl my best, this is how my run-up feels, and you've got something that can sort of describe that, I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to adjust that based on how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last one of these. Nice, mate. All right, we'll bowl now. So ball in hand. So I'll keep a closer eye on the crease now, just to see how that's looking. If you're going a bit further, a bit less, we can then adjust for the next set.
Yeah.
In terms of how you're bowling the ball, like this is probably only about 10 metres. So you want to make sure you're hitting the net, maybe hip height or something like that, roughly.
Yeah.
So I'll just measure that out. Whatever intensity you feel like. It definitely wants to be a pretty high intensity so you can work on the run.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be 150%, that's for sure. Nice, bud. So, in terms of the angle, so the alignment, what is something very easy you can do at pretty much any session to know that you're getting that right, or at least give yourself a guide?
Just start closer.
Yep, so make sure you know exactly what angle you're starting on.
Yeah.
What about in here? What could you do?
Look at my foot.
Yep, so see where your release point is.
Yep.
Probably also give yourself a marker or something to make sure your gather starts inside it.
Yeah.
One or the other. Either put a marker down to make sure your release point doesn't get too straight if you're trying to avoid ducking in.
Yep.
Or you say, right, I know where I want to release it and I'm doing that really well, but I want to make sure I gather from a bit tighter to make sure I'm not ducking in too far.
Yep.
And there's an amount of natural angle that is absolutely fine.
Yep.
You just don't want it starting to veer well off to the leg side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where, if say we use the tape measure, because I don't have a marker out, where do you think you could put that to make sure you're going a little bit more in the right direction? Yeah, so if you got your whole body, how does that feel? Does that feel too straight or? Yeah, a tiny bit. Feel a bit more comfortable? Cool. I think that was the other thing we found, is regardless of what we did with this, it felt like you always released from the same spot on the crease. You sort of had a real default for this is where it feels good to release the ball from.
Yeah.
So it's probably playing around with this more than the crease. Really nice, Lukey. It's good. I've got a really consistent landing point now.
It's not like I'm laying there.
Yeah, it's really consistent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it feel pretty comfortable?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. So I think that's our process. It's sort of like at the end of this session, if we know, okay, today this was the distance that worked beautifully, then we test it again next time and we go, okay, is it the same?
Yeah.
Is it the same? And if we build 3 or 4 sessions where it's identical, well, we know we're starting to hit, and then we just got to add pressure to it.
Yeah.
Add batters, then add scenarios,
Yeah.
etc. So that'll take a little bit closer to the season, but nice, Luke. 1 to go. Good job, Luke. Really good. Did you bring a drink bottle? So 2 more sets, so 1 without the ball and then 1 with. That's nice. Does it feel okay?
Yeah, it feels good.
Excellent, mate. Any comments or changes that you make, or are you pretty happy with it?
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Feels pretty comfortable.
It's good. I like that we can start with this as well.
Yeah.
And that's just the hard work you did on your action over the last 18 months. It lets us get this stuff right early in the preseason, which is good because then hopefully by the time you're bowling full tilt to batters, you will have already done a month of stuff getting comfortable with what your run-up feels like, rather than when you should be working on bowling under pressure, you're having to work on your run-up.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good. It gives us a much better runway. And obviously you're fit this season as well, which is good.
Feels like I'm going on a pretty good pace.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Pretty good.
Mate, it looks great. Yeah, I think I'll film one for you if you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll film one when you bowl.
Yeah.
And that way you can actually have a better look.